Pass. And so Todd, it's good. D. Anderson and the Showboats have won it in overtime. Going to hand this off up the middle for Marable. He's going to fumble. Ball's loose. And St. Louis picks it up. That will do it. The Battlehawks defense makes a play late. Game on the line. Looking to throw. Pass time. End zone. Incomplete. It's incomplete. The Stallions hang on to win. For overtime. DeLeo to throw. Pass. Caught by Roland. Needs some help. Not gonna get it. He's stopped a yard short. Houston will pull off the upset. Looking to throw. As time. Deep. Right side. Overthrown. Picked off. It's intercepted by Keenan Isaac. He's gonna need it right there. If they hand this off right side for Roland, they convert the 10-5. Chris Roland. I should shut up. Chris Roland touchdown. That's the dagger. Knicks toss left side and there's room. Pass past the 30, past the 40, past the 20, 15, 10, 5. RJ Harvey. There we go. One play. Just need one play out of you. Gonna play action and look to throw. Mariota, sometime. Pass, intercepted. It's picked off. Yes, yes. One play was all they needed. Jack Jones. Williams, play action. Rolling left, looking to throw. Has time. Pass, end zone, intercepted. It's Keyshawn Nixon calling game. Darnold to throw. Has time. Pass, wide open. Over the middle. The Seattle Seahawks do it. Play action looking to throw. Williams has some time. Pass deep. Over the middle. Has a man. It's DJ Moore. Touchdown Chicago. They win in overtime. Snap good. Hold good. Kick up. And he missed it. Wide right. The Steelers will host Houston on Monday night. Williams in shotgun. Back to his right. 3 receiving options to the left. 4th and 4. Trip to Seattle on the line. Man in motion. Williams looking to throw. Pressure coming. Rolling left. Trying to buy some time. Back near the 40. Pass left side. Williams is caught. Touchdown Chicago. Cole Kmet. Somehow the magic remains. What? May looking to throw in 3rd and 6. Rolling left. Gonna take it himself. And that will do it. A first down carry. It's a gain of 7. And the Patriots have booked their ticket to Santa Clara. Zeros on the clock. The Seattle Seahawks, for the first time since 2014, are your NFC champion. Hello, everybody, and welcome on in. Week 8 wraps up. Stallions take on the Aviators. Should be a pretty decent one. Don't have any real expectations. It's the first of a back-to-back that these two teams will be playing this year. They play each other again next week. As due to what happened yesterday, everything got shaken up in the UFL. Both DC and St. Louis lost, so only Orlando was clinched a playoff spot. And Jordan Ta'amu got hurt, and that's going to be a lot of question marks surrounding DC's future this season, but we shall see. But first, the focus is here on Birmingham and Columbus. And yeah, the what if of Corral early on in the season compared to DTR or a quarterback that seemingly more so fits this offensive style. Is definitely something, but again, to the same degree, like Corral played okay-ish to begin the year. He's just, again, he didn't fit the DTR style of also having the mobility behind it. But still, the Stallions have a clear path to making the playoffs, and that is simply win out. That's all they have to do. They win out, they're in. They could also probably, winning 2 of the next 3 would also probably get them in, considering what DC has to deal with now and, the opponents that Louisville plays. But simple, end of the day, they win out, they're in. Which means they have to beat Columbus twice, and I believe they play Houston in Week 10. So, they just got to handle business, and Birmingham is in, and, and they pick up pretty much right where they left off, even with the slow start to the season. But we shall see with this one. Columbus has been a pretty feisty team this year. They're only 2-5. Entering this week, but they've played some really competitive games. They've played some really close games, and a lot of their losses have been due to self-inflicted wounds. So we shall see how this one goes. The final game for Week 8 of the UFL, getting closer and closer to the playoffs, and June football. for the UFL. Kickoff is moments away here from Birmingham, Alabama in Protective Stadium. I expect it to be a pretty decently sized crowd. Though again, it is a weird time and on a Sunday in Birmingham, so it's in years past those have not been the best signs, but we will see. Yeah, only Orlando has clinched a playoff spot. And I mean, there is a path for both Birmingham and Louisville to make the playoffs if they both win out. There is a path there for them. Last week, Birmingham got that nice overtime win against Dallas. Looking to build off of it. They've won back-to-back games after the slow start. Trying to make it 3 in a row. Columbus again. Columbus has a nice future. It feels like there is a light at the end of the tunnel for all this. They have a nice future ahead of them. But the idea is, this year didn't go as planned. McLennan needs more time to develop. Yeah, they're fully getting the parity they wanted, and it's been great. Having this tight of a playoff race in the final 3 to 2 weeks of the season, it's fantastic. It would be slightly better if Columbus wins as well, because that would mean there is a 4 to 5 headed race for that final playoff spot. But we'll see. I will say though, I do kind of expect this to be a series. A split series between Birmingham and Columbus. I think the home team will probably win both, but but we'll see. My opinion might change based off of what this game just shapes up to be. But we will see. Kickoff is moments away. Yeah, good old Shams earlier announced the NBA MVP. That was a funny announcement to wake up to. I'm not surprised by it though. Just again, one of those things where the MVP is different from all the other awards and any other stuff that Shams could announce. Him not waiting for it to be properly announced is kind of something. This game is on Fox. It is a Fox kickoff. As we'll be here happening momentarily here, just doing the whole World Cup commercial stuff. Yeah, I'm not too surprised. It's still it's noon in Birmingham. It's a noon kickoff for Birmingham on a Sunday. It was never going to be a great crowd. I mean, like, there's a reason why most of the offseason was spent pretty much being like, do not have the Stallions play at this time on Sunday, because it's not gonna lead to great crowd turnout. I would imagine it fills up a tiny bit more as the first quarter progresses and people get to their seats from the concessions and the tailgating, but I mean, even just from the looks of it, it is a tiny bit more than I expected for this schedule of a kickoff. Not great by any means, but I mean, I'm sure you'll take it. Who's starting up with ball in this one? Taking a look at the head coaches here, Ted Ginn and AJ McCarron. It will be the Aviators getting the ball first in this one, so we'll see Jalen McLennan and this Columbus offense first in a pretty hot and pretty humid day in Birmingham, Alabama. So we shall see. Andres Carlson set to send this one down. And kickoff to wrap up week 8 is underway. Going to be returned beginning from the 2. Dips a bit, gonna get out past the 10, the 15, the 20, and brought down right around the 22 or 23 yard line. So Columbus will start from there. I'm shocked. I'm shocked that stadiums haven't been doing that, because it would make sense to move people down into the sections more to like make it seem more filled up. But oh well. All right, McLennan in shotgun, back to his left. 3 receiving options to the right. Ball on their own 22. First play from scrimmage. McLennan looking to throw. Dump off right side for the halfback screen for John Lovett. Gonna gain. Breaks through. Gains about 4 or 5 there. Initially meant for only a gain of about a yard or so, but hey, bouncing off defenders. So a second and roughly 5 coming up. That's Jalen. No, it's still McLennan in shotgun, I believe. No, it was Jalen Morton in shotgun. Gonna dump this off left side for Toa Tower on 2nd and 4. Gain of roughly 2. All right, and the QB shifts that Columbus does. It's been an interesting facet recently. Yeah, with these uniforms, I agree, but it's the difference is Miami does not use a colored helmet at all, basically. So, and also the red would be orange. But yeah, 3rd and roughly 1, handoff up the middle. Jaquandre White trying to bounce it out towards the right side, but can be brought down well behind the line by Tay Crowder. And the Aviators go 3 and out on their first drive of the game. This Birmingham defense continues to do what they do best. All right, 4th and 5 coming up. Columbus set to send this one down. Punt comes off clean, but there's some contact with the kicker there. Going to be returned beginning from the 36 up past the 40 and brought down right around the 41. That's a tough one. Because even if that's only running into the kicker and not roughing, that's still 5 yards. They're saying roughing the kicker against Birmingham. So Columbus's drive stays alive barely thanks to that. Jeez, yeah, rough start. Had the 3 and out. Yeah, that's being too aggressive for no reason. There's no need to try and like blocked punts are fun, but there's no need to try it this early on. I get the mindset, but at the same time, don't have it. So now it'll be Columbus ball at their own 42. McLennan in shotgun, back to his left. 2 receiving options to each side, man in motion right to left. McLennan handoff going right for Jaquandre White. Trying to find some room, but can be brought down behind the line for a loss of about a yard. And nothing going on the ground today for Columbus. At least early on in this one. 12:15 to play in the first quarter. 2nd and 11 coming up. Yeah. McLennan in shotgun, back to his right. 3 receiving options to the left. Gonna hand this off going left for Toatawa, and that's gonna be only a gain of a yard. It's like the Stallions' weakness is their secondary defensively, but Columbus's main strength offensively is the ground game. So, like, they can pass the ball, but that's not what they want to do with McLennan. At some point, they're gonna have to, yeah. But early on, they want to try and establish the ground. So all it takes is one breakaway run to be able to truly get something going here offensively. McLennan in shotgun back to his left, 3 receivers to the right, going to look to throw. Pass over the middle is caught, and that's going to be Antoine Wells for a gain of only about 2 or 3. Not going to be enough for the first, and it's still basically a 3 and out for Columbus. They'll punt this one away. So 4th and 8. All right, Columbus set to send this one down. Play clock winding down here. They're taking their time with this. They get the snap off in time as the punt comes off clean. Going to be fair caught at the 12-ish. So Birmingham will start from there. Out comes Dorian Thompson-Robinson. His first snaps for this one. We'll see his Birmingham offense after the commercial break. And the defense continues to do what they do best. For Birmingham, that'll be the offensive time. And so at commercial break, the Columbus offense has been very hit or miss this season. Probably can continue that one for this. It's just their style of offense clashes roughly with the Birmingham defense. Because again, you want to try and push the ball down the field against the Stallions. Columbus is one of those few teams in this league that do really thrive on a successful ground game. So it's a conflict of interest. So at commercial break. All right, just getting back from commercial break. Stallions beginning this drive from their own 11. 10:22 to play in the first quarter. And Dorian Thompson-Robinson, in his 3 starts this year, been playing pretty darn well. And has been a large reason for this turnaround of the season that the Stallions have been on. DTR in shotgun, back to his left. 2 receivers to each side, man in motion right to left. Going to begin the game with a handoff up the middle, and there's some space past the 15 and down to roughly the 16.5, maybe the 17-yard line. It is Tyron Davis-Price on the carry. And a 2nd and 5 coming up. I am loving the new mindset for the Stallions uniforms. The maroon white. I think that's the way forward for their jersey getups. DTR and shotgun, looking to throw in 2nd and 5. Pressure coming, rolling to his left, will take it himself, going to be enough for the first. He gets out of bounds at roughly the 24-yard line, a gain of 7, and they move the chains. Plays like that, it's only 7 yards, but plays like that are stuff that DTR has made for the Stallions past 3-4 weeks that Corral just wasn't seemingly doing to the same level. In shotgun, back to his right. 3 receiving options to the right as well. Man in motion along that right side. Gonna hand this off up the middle, and that's going to break through the line of scrimmage, get up to about the 30 before being stood up. Yeah, that as well. I think part of it is the new offensive system he had to learn after 2 years with Skip Holtz and that offense that he was so used to, having to learn another new system. And maybe it was, again, it's just a system that didn't really fit his style, it seems. And just the amount that depended on his abilities in general because of the lack of a proper ground game early on in the season. Just yeah, it was just everything piled up for Corral. DTR and shotgun, play action looking to throw in 2nd and 4. Pass right side, going to be off the market, incomplete. 3rd and 4 coming up. Yeah. That's the defense for you. DTR and shotgun, back to his right. 3 receivers to the left. 3rd and 4. High snap. DTR corrals it. Pass left side, going to be caught with space. Past the 40 and down to about the 43 or so. That's a damn good catch there by Dawood Davis. Timing was still there despite the kind of off-the-mark snap. And he had a Columbus defender tried to jump that route. It was DJ Miller. But really damn well on time throw. In shotgun, back to his left. 3 receiving options to the right. 1st and 10, handoff up the middle. Trying to find some space. Gonna get 2, maybe 3. Didn't get past the 45-yard line. Snoop Connor on the carry. Marking him down at their own 46. DTR and shotgun, back to his right. 3 receivers to the left. A 2nd and roughly 7. 6:50 to play in the first quarter. DTR looking to throw. Has some time, pass left side, gonna be off the market, incomplete. Tight coverage along that left side. Jaden Mickens seemingly the intended target, though there was another Stallion in the area. It'll be a 3rd and 7 coming up. Yeah, it's just good coverage. But yeah, it was a little. Was that also behind technically? And just an all-around off-the-mark throw. Would have needed to be a near perfect throw. Kendrick Whitehead was in coverage in the slot there. So now 3rd and 7. DTR and shotgun, back to his left. 3 receivers to the left as well. Going to look to throw. Pressure comes quick. Just a desperation heave down that left side. Is underthrown and it's intercepted. Going to be brought down at roughly the 13-yard line. It's DJ Miller on the grab. And the Columbus defense making a play here on 3rd and 7. Just a desperation heave for DTR looking for Jaden Mickens. Ball was slightly underthrown and DJ Miller undercuts it with a nice one-handed INT. All right. And the Aviators defense, they've been playing pretty through that one drive. They looked pretty solid. There is a penalty down now as well. What is this? Main question is this after the play or not? What are they calling? There's 6:09 to play in the first. Are they gonna get? Oh, they're getting illegal contact? Yeah, they're gonna get illegal contact here against Columbus. That's a... I mean, there is a bit of contact there, but... Yeah, I don't... Saying illegal contact against Columbus, so it will be Birmingham ball if this stands. We're gonna see a challenge here, I believe. Yeah, Columbus gonna challenge this one. But as it sits, it is Birmingham ball. That's a... I need to see the replay again. Because Because, like, it wasn't a lot of contact. Yeah, Columbus is going to win the challenge. The illegal contact is being removed. So the INT will end up standing. But with the logic of by the time the contact was made, the ball was already out. So it can't be ruled as illegal contact. So Columbus will win the challenge. It's DJ Miller with the interception. And it'll be Columbus's ball at their own 13-yard line-ish. But already, like, that is... Yeah, it's not a good throw. It's well underthrown. It's a desperation heave off his back foot. Yeah. But, like, for Columbus to have to use their challenge on their first defensive drive of the game is not a great sign. Yeah, again, all around, that was a great play for Columbus. The fact that they had to use that challenge for that to stand was not great, but... Oh well. We're going to mark it ball at the 15-yard line. McClendon handoff up the middle, going to be stuffed at the line for no gain. Yeah, it should have been ref review, but I'm pretty sure that that can only occur under a certain amount of time in each half. Unless it's like, I'm pretty sure for every penalty it's under like 5 minutes to go in each half, and then for certain penalties it can be added on or removed whenever. McClendon dump off right side, caught by John Lovett, and there's space for a gain of roughly 9. Gonna be just shy of the first, so 3rd and 1 coming up. $5:20-ish to play in the first. Now down to 5:15. 3rd and 1. 0 for 2 on 3rd down so far in this one, though it is early. McClendon under center, back behind him. 3 receiving options to the right. Play action looking to throw. McClendon dump off over the middle. Is caught with space. It's the lineman. A big man grab down to the 45. Hell yeah. It's Chris Glazer, the backup guard, with a pickup of roughly 20. Sure. It's a big man gain of 20 on 3rd and 1. This Birmingham secondary is letting anyone catch passes, it seems. McClendon under center, going to play action and look to throw once again. Sidestepping left, the dump off to Towatawa, has space past the 50, 45 past the 40, and brought down right around the Birmingham 39. So the Aviators are past midfield for the first time today. That is a beautiful play to draw up on a 3rd and 1. All right, so McLennan in shotgun back to his left, 2 receiving options to each side. Going to look to throw once again. Now they're starting to get a bit pass heavy here. McLennan with pressure coming, escapes, and going to get about 6 or so on this, up to roughly the 33. He was dead to rights in the backfield, but somehow escapes. And there is a Stallion banged up on that one as well. We're going to head to a commercial break for the injury timeout. Is one of their defensive linemen, Ricky Correa. This roster sheet is in 480p. Correa, okay. So we're heading to a commercial break. I picked the Stallions to win this one. We'll see. Of all the games when I was working on predictions, of all the games, this was the toughest for me to choose. But it turns out it should have been one of the other 2 from yesterday. Oh yeah, the Kings can make the playoffs even if the Stallions win. But yeah, if the Stallions lose, then yeah, then all Louisville need to do is win out, and they're in. If they win out either way, they're most likely in at this point, just based off of who DC has to play the final 2 weeks. Louisville has to play Dallas next week, and then it is Columbus in the final week. So in theory, there is potential room for them to drop one of those games if DC loses out, which is possible depending on the status of Jordan Teamu, but we'll see. This league has been full of surprises already through the first 2 months. Just coming back from commercial break. It's 2nd and 4 with 3:24 and counting to play in the first. That could be fun. Because their matchups earlier on in the season were good. McLennan in shotgun, going to hand this off. Now it's Jalen Morton. He's going to take it himself up the middle on the read option. Going to get down to about the 25. A first down pickup. Yeah. And that's the case with Todd Haley. He is some weeks he is a mastermind, and other weeks he is, back to his old self when he was the head coach in Kansas City. Another keeper for Jalen Morton, going to get a gain of roughly 3 or 4 there, up to about the 22-yard line. McLennan back into it. I would imagine early on in league histories that could have happened, but not from what I can think of. So Watawa on the fullback dive, going to get another gain of roughly 4. It's a 3rd and 2 coming up. And that puts Columbus into the red zone for the first time today. It's like newer expansion. No, that's not been the case. But like during the years where teams were folding and being added constantly, I would not be surprised if that was the case. So 3rd and 2, McLennan in shotgun, back to his left. 3 receiving options to the left as well. Looking to throw, dump off left side is intercepted. Trying the receiver's screen, but it gets blown up instantly. It's Stephen Gilmore reading it like a book, and the team's trade INTs on back-to-back drives. That was too easy. They tried that receiver screen for Antoine Wells. Had no chance of happening. That is one where you have to keep it. If you're McLennan, you have to just keep that and go down. You would much rather have points in that situation. Yeah. Stallions getting into 3rd and 4 years would be both fun and also kind of bad for the league. Because if the Stallions are champions in 2 of the first 3 years of the UFL, it's not the greatest of looks for the whole, parity exists thing, because it's going to end up with the Stallions anyway. But yeah, you never know. I will say, though, their story to be getting to that point would be fun. It wouldn't be the same feeling as the other years, so maybe. We're at commercial break after the interception. Oh yeah. I mean, the Stallions are already a dynasty. They won 3 straight championships in spring football. Like they're already a dynasty. It's just in the UFL specifically, they only have the one. Yep, at commercial break. They did. They did complete the 3-peat. Alright, just getting back from the commercial break. Yeah, it's a great play by Stephen Gilmore. So DTR and shotgun back to his right, ball on their own 25 to begin this drive. First play going to be a handoff up the middle. That is a gain of roughly 2 for Tyron Davis-Price. All right. So 2nd and 8, DTR alone in shotgun. 3 receivers to the left, 2 to the right. Going to look to throw in 2nd and 8. Has some time, pass right side, well off the mark and incomplete. Not sure who he was going for there. It would be really funny to see like rehab assignments to the UFL in the same way that like baseball players go to a AA team for a game or 2 before being back to the majors after an injury. If you see NFL players be like, yeah, I want to spend like 1/4 or 1/2 of a game with a UFL team to get back into some action. In shotgun, looking to throw in 3rd and 8. Pressure comes quick and the ball's out. Inside the 10, and the Stallions fall on it at about the 7. This Columbus defense has been everywhere in this one so far. It's just shy of a disaster for the Stallions, but they're not going to be able to capitalize off the interception. It'll be a 3 and out, but oh boy, that could have been a whole lot worse. That could have been so much worse for the Stallions. I believe that was... Kenny Willekes on the forced fumble there, but the Stallions fall on it. It'll be a 4th down, 4th and 19 coming up. I'm not sure if DTR was with the Bears, but I know he was with Cleveland and I believe Philly briefly. I don't remember him being on the Bears practice squad or anything. Yeah. I mean, yeah, like the Stallions' offensive line not playing great, but this Columbus front seven has also been a pretty damn good front seven this year, even though the record doesn't really show it. Like it has been a very competitive front seven. It has allowed Columbus to be in games multiple times this year. I think DTR can be a good quarterback. I was rooting for him when he was out of UCLA and with the Browns. It's just and like so far in the UFL he's been playing well for the Stallions. It's just we'll have to see kind of what he can do with it. Yep, at commercial break. Birmingham is set to send this one away. That was a weird gap in the commercial break there. Okay. I think he will get another chance in the NFL. I think he will. Because part of it is he's young, he's showing flashes in the UFL. I think he'll latch on somewhere for training camp and then just kind of see where it goes from there. Now I don't think he'll be. I think it'll be a long while before we see him have a chance at being a starter again, unless injuries and stuff happens wherever he ends up going. But he'll be able to compete for a roster spot and a backup somewhere. All right, just getting back from commercial break. That was 45. Celestin Haba is who forced the fumble. I believe I pronounce it. Is it on the? Nope, not on the roster sheet. Not the pronunciation guide isn't there. Punt comes off clean. Oh, that was also the end of the first quarter. Okay. Punt can be returned beginning from the 35. Space out past the 45 past midfield and out of bounds around the 45 of Birmingham. Good start to the quarter for Columbus. The C bus. Yeah. Again, this Columbus running game is leading the league in a ton of categories. It is very impressive. At the same time, I mean, they're 2-5, which is not great, even with how good their ground game has been. McLennan under center, back behind him, 3 receiving options to the right. Ball on the Birmingham 45-yard line. Gonna hand this off. Little slip there for Taquandre White, but he finds a hole and gonna pick up a gain of roughly 9 before being down by contact. All right, so that's the first true breakaway run. For not really a better way to put it. But inadvertently, that little slip in on his cutback did create a bigger hole. So 2nd and 1 for Columbus. Under center, gonna toss this up the middle for Squandre White. The ball comes loose, but I believe he falls right back on it. Will be a gain of about 3. Enough for the first. Columbus inside field goal range now, inside the 35 to about the 32 or 33-yard line. Yeah, he falls right back on it. So 1st and 10. McLennan under center, back and fullback behind him, ball in roughly the 33 of Birmingham. Get a snap off in time, they fake a toss left, McLennan rolls right. Looking to throw, going to just get out of bounds. Gonna be a loss of roughly 3. Should have just thrown it away, but I also like the idea of just not being too risky with it. So 2nd and 11 coming up. McLennan under center. Back and fullback behind him. Wait, only said it was a loss of 1? You get the snap off in time. They hand this off up the middle for John Lovett. Gonna be fighting forward to about the 30-yard line. Gonna be a gain of roughly 4. As a 3rd and 7. McLennan in shotgun back to his left. 3 receivers to the right, looking to throw. Has some time. Pass right side is caught by Antoine Wells. Will get enough for the first and be forced out of bounds at roughly the 22-yard line. All right, it'll be a 1st and 10 coming up. Keeping it simple. Columbus isn't an offense that wants to push the ball too far down the field. Which, again, if you're Birmingham, you're gonna want them to try and force. You want to try and force them to do that, especially do it on quick decisions. McLennan alone in shotgun. 3 receiving options to the left, 2 to the right. Play clock winding down to get the snap off in time as McLennan looks to throw. Pass over the middle, gonna be incomplete. Looking for Gunnar Oaks. A little bit off the mark there, but again, it's these shorter stuff that Columbus is doing so far in this. Yeah, that might have gotten tipped at the line as well. So McLennan in shotgun back to his left, 3 receiving options to the right, 2nd and 10. Going to look to throw once more, pressure coming, rolling right. Buying some time, a penalty marker down. McLennan takes it himself inside the 15 and out of bounds around the 12. But this will probably be coming back due to offensive holding. Two fouls, one by each team. One is holding against Columbus, and one is holding against Birmingham. So they will offset, replay 2nd and 10. So 2nd and 10 coming up. All right, so McLennan under center, back behind him. 2 receiving options to each side. Play action looking to throw. Pressure comes quick, and he's sacked. Back near the 30 is it? It's Isaiah Coe on the sack, and it'll be a 3rd and long coming up for the Stallions. As simple as that. Yeah, just flew right by that guard. I mean, imploding, yeah, to a degree. Again, it's the self-inflicted wounds that Columbus has dealt with all season. Play clock winding down, and they're going to not get the snap off in time. Is it a timeout or a delay of game? It's a delay of game against Columbus. It'll be now a 3rd and 23. All right, 3rd and 23. Ball on their own 35. McLennan in shotgun back to his right. 3 receiving options to the left, going to look to throw. Dump off left side, caught by Zaquandre White, and going to get a gain of roughly 5, only up to the 30. If you force Columbus behind the sticks, you're gonna have a good chance at stopping them. Jonah Dalmas, the new kicker here for Columbus. The former Boise State Bronco, looking to get them on the board here. Looking to get them on the board, being the first team to score with about 9 minutes to play in the first half. 48-yard kick from the left hash. It is up, and it is good right down the middle. Beautiful kick. So just under 9 minutes to play in the first half, we head to a commercial break. Yeah. And that went a long way for Louisville to win that game. It was great. Tanner Brown, I expect to see with an NFL team in the fall. I fully expect him to be with an NFL roster. Yeah, he's been, I think, the most accurate kicker so far this year. He has a good leg on him as well. That kick from 60, which that kick was from 60 with the wind at his face, and it seemingly would have been good from like 62, 63. So I totally see him finding a home in the NFL somewhere. Yeah. Yeah. Like so, as soon as that kick went in yesterday, I texted my friend and I was like, "Yeah, I mean, I would like to see Tanner Brown get a shot in Miami because Miami currently has 2 kickers right now, whose career longs are like 52 yards in Riley Patterson and Zane Gonzalez. No, I do think Patterson hit a career long last year for Miami, maybe like 53 yards. But still, like those 2 kickers do not have a great leg on them, and like Tanner Brown has just been really impressive this year. Yep, at commercial break. $8:56 to play in the first half. As we're just getting back from commercial break, Columbus set to send this one away. Let's see what Birmingham can do on their next drive. After the 3-and-out last time out, that set up the Columbus field goal. Yeah. Protective Stadium is starting to fill up a bit here. It's still not packed or anything, but it definitely is starting to look a bit better now that we're roughly halfway into the second quarter. All right, kickoff underway. Going to be returned beginning from about a yard deep in the end zone, maybe the goal line. Gonna get past the 15 and down to the 16. Is Snoop Connor on the return. That was not a great decision. So Birmingham will start backed up inside their own 20. Heard. So 1st and 10. Ball on their own 16. DTR and shotgun back to his left, going to look to throw. Pass right side, going to be caught with some space and good blockers. Pass to 30, 35, and finally tripping up right around the 40-yard line. It is Jaden Mickens on the grab. Receiver screen along that right side, and it's nice catch and run for Jaden Mickens. Yeah, it's too easy. Simple pitch and catch, get some breathing room. And now you can let this offense work. In shotgun, pass right side, going to be caught once again with space past the 45, down to about the 46 there for Dion Kane. There is a penalty marker down a little bit deeper into the secondary. Yeah, face mask against the Aviators. Attack on 15 to the end of that one. So 1st and 10 coming up. Ball now on the Columbus 39-yard line. DTR and shotgun back to his right. Going to keep it himself right side for the triple option. We'll get about 2 on the carry. And it'll be a 2nd and about 8 coming up. So 2nd and 8. DTR and shotgun back to his left. 2 receivers to each side. Going to look to throw. With some time, pass left side is there. Wide open down to the 20-yard line. It's the former Miami Dolphin, Daewood Davis. And it'll be 1st and 10 Stallions deep into Columbus territory. Yeah, it's a solid drive they're building as well. It's a beautiful throw by DTR. That is a beaut. DTR and shotgun back to his left. 2 receiving options to each side. Going to hand this off up the middle. Going to be a gain of roughly 2. Just under 6:45 to play in the first half. So a 2nd and 7 coming up. DTR and shotgun back to his right, looking to throw. Pressure coming, rolling right. Dump off over the middle, going to be caught and brought down right around the 14-yard line. Tyron Davis Price on the grab. There is a penalty marker down. We'll see what this is. Going to be Defensive hold-in against Columbus. So 5 yards and automatic first. Oh, there's a bit of a face mask there for Justin Ross. So 1st and 10 Stallions inside the red zone for the first time today. Clock begins to roll. 6:05 to play in the half. DTR and shotgun back to his left. 3 receivers to the left as well. Ball on the Columbus 12-yard line. Hand off up the middle, going to lose about a yard or two. All right. So it's a 2nd and roughly 12 when we have a stoppage with 5:50 to play in the half. As it is a Stallion slow to get up afterwards. Another one down is Andrew Rhyme, their center. And we head to a commercial break. All right. So at commercial break. All right. So at commercial break. $5.50 to go in the first half. Just getting back from commercial break. It's a 2nd and 11, maybe 2nd and 12 coming up here for the Stallions. Yeah. It's tough, but if it, again, at the very least, you have a quarterback in DTR that can escape pressure pretty well. The bigger question is going to be those snaps and the exchanges there. We saw that with the Storm a few weeks ago, how it came back to bite them. Play action pass right side for Jordan Thomas, going to slip and lose about 2. So it's a 3rd and long coming up for the Stallions. So 3rd and 13. DTR in shotgun, back to his right. 3 receivers to the left. Ball on the Columbus 15-yard line. There's movement up front. We'll see who they get this with. It's a false start against the Stallions. 3rd and 18 coming up. Going to be putting them at the Columbus 20-yard line. Yeah, there's small movement there by that left guard. So DTR and shotgun back to his right. 3 receivers to the left. The 2-yard line is the first down marker. They're going to hand this off up the middle, and that's going to be Snoop Connor for a gain of 2. So the drive stalls out inside the red zone, and out comes Andres Carlson to try and put the Stallions on the board and tie this game up at 3. Heard. So 4th and 16, 36-yard kick from the right hash. Kick is up, and he hooked it, missed it wide left. Columbus keeps the lead, and with some good starting field position, are going to be looking to extend it before halftime. That's a tough miss. Kind of an uncharacteristic miss as well from Carlson. We head to a commercial break, 3:53 to play in the half. Yeah. But like Andres Carlson was a solid kicker in the NFL. Yeah, he had his rookie year was really good. Just couldn't latch on anywhere else after the Packers got Brandon McManus. It's just a tough miss. All right, so at commercial break. $3:53 to play in the half. Columbus will start this drive on their own 26-yard line. All right. At commercial break. All right, just getting back from commercial break, and there's the playoff picture entering this one. Orlando with their spot clinched. Louisville in that final playoff spot pending the results of this game. St. Louis and DC currently will be set to play each other in the first round, which would be a fantastic playoff game. I would love to see those two in the playoffs. McLennan in shotgun, back to his right. 3 receiving options to the right as well. Gonna toss this one right side for Toatawa, who cuts it up the middle, and going to get a gain of roughly 3, maybe 4 if the spot's generous. So a 2nd and 7-ish coming up. All right, so McLennan in shotgun, back to his right. 3 receivers to the left, going to look to throw once again. Pass right side for John Lovett on the halfback screen, going to get a gain of roughly 5 or 6. A 3rd and short coming up, and there is some players down, and there is some pushing and shoving going on as well. Penalty marker down in the secondary as a Columbus Aviators lineman ended the play with his helmet ripped off. as well as a different Aviators offensive lineman ending the play slow to get up. .303 to play in the half. After the play, 2 fouls, 1 on each team, a personal foul against the Stallions, and a personal foul against Columbus. They will offset. It will be a 3rd and about 1 coming up. Chris Glazer, the Columbus Aviator that's down after that one. He caught the pass earlier in this game. As he got can I be classified as rolled up on? More so he just got upended. Landed hard on the left shoulder. So a 3rd and 1. Just under 3 minutes to play in the half. McLennan in shotgun, back to his right. 2 receiving options to each side. Ball on their own 35. Back now to his left. McLennan looking to throw. Pass left side, going to be caught by Antoine Wells. Enough for the first. Past the 40 and down to the 41. It's a gain of 6 for Columbus, and they move the chains. Again, like, they're not pushing the ball down the field. Despite, and that's getting to their discredit now at this point. Because due to Antoine Wells on that quick, shorter route, and that's pretty much all that Columbus is thrown in this game, the safety bit on that. Gunnar Oaks would have been open deeper down the field on his corner if you let the play develop a tad bit more. You could have fit that in there, and if not, you have Toatawa open in the flat. That'll get us to the 2-minute warning. 2 minutes to play in the first half. It's been the defenses forcing turnovers and some pretty sloppy offensive play. Only a 3-point Columbus lead. We head to a commercial break. I will quickly be right back. All right. At commercial break, still for the 2-minute warning. Yeah, it's going to come down to the wire, which I'm here for. The other 3 games of this week came down to the very end as well. Will not be opposed with another one doing something similar. But we will see. We will see. Birmingham gets ball to begin the second half in this one, so they're going to be in a good spot seemingly no matter what happens. All right, 1st and 10. McLennan under center. Back behind him, 2 receiving options to each side. Ball on their own 41. Play action looking to throw. Pressure comes quick, and McLennan is sacked. Back near their own 31s, a loss of 10. It's a 2nd and 20 coming up, and this Birmingham defense playing some pretty damn good football. It's Kobe Jones on the sack there. And it'll be a 2nd and 20 coming up. Just under a minute and a half to play in the first half. In shotgun, back to his left. 2 receiving options to each side. Tight end in motion, left to right. Going to look to throw. Pass left side is well off the mark and incomplete. A little bit of a low pass there looking for Jalen Moore. It's the double clutch there. Now the clock stops with a minute 16 to play and a 3rd and 20 coming up. So 3rd and 20 coming up. McLennan in shotgun, back to his left. 3 receiving options to the right. Play clock winding down. They get the snap off in time as they hand this off up the middle for Zaquandre White. Gonna fight his way to about the 36, but not much else. There's the first timeout called by the Stallions. Columbus will punt this one away. And Birmingham, with getting the ball to begin the second half, are in a prime position here to take the lead and then extend it. So 4th and 15. Columbus set to send this one down. Punt comes off clean. Going to be returned fair caught now at about the 10, maybe the 11. Birmingham will start from there with a minute 3 to play in the half. And we're going to head to a commercial break. So at commercial break, a minute to play in the first half. All right. At commercial break. Yeah. Right after this stream, I'm gonna have to start beginning working on power rankings. I have something to do on Tuesday. That's gonna take up some time for the normal time I have to work on power rankings, so it's gonna be fun. But add commercial break still. at commercial break. Not been the most entertaining of first halves offensively, but the defenses have come out to play for sure. Just coming back from commercial break. So DTR and shotgun back to his right. Play action looking to throw. Rolling right. Buying some time. Dump off right side. Going to be Jordan Thomas for about a yard or so. Yeah, it's a defensive game, but with the amount of offense that has happened this week so far, it was bound to happen. Especially also with the weather in Birmingham. The heat. It's a hot one. It was like, what was it? They showed it earlier. It was like 85 degrees with a 52% humidity. Yeah, that's not normal 85 degrees. Birmingham letting the clock run. One more play before halftime. DTR and shotgun going to hand this off up the middle for Snoop Connor. Going to get to about the 15, maybe the 16 before being brought down. And that will get us to halftime. Stallions get ball to begin the second half. Oh, there's a stoppage now. Columbus calling timeouts? Yeah, Columbus calls their first. Seeing if they can maybe squeeze some time with the ball before halftime here to extend this lead. So 3rd and 5. $14 seconds to go in the half. DTR under center, back behind him. 2 receiving options to each side. Columbus stacking the box. Handoff up the middle, gonna be stuffed for maybe a yard. And Columbus will call their second timeout. We're gonna have Birmingham punt this one away. Maybe with a really good return or a block, we might see a chance here. He's busy with other stuff. He recently more like towards the end of last year, he started helping another one of our friends out with something, and that's been taking up most of his time, as well as just his standard work and everything. It's been a defensive game, T-Fox. It has been very defensive. The thing is that the UFL start times can be a bit rough for people because it's just not standardized yet. I haven't asked him too much about that yet. I meant to DM him something the other day about Kiffin and what Kiffin's recent stuff, but yeah. We probably did talk about it briefly. If I remember from before that move happened, he wasn't the most thrilled, but maybe thoughts have changed since then. Punt comes off clean for Birmingham. Gonna need a good return here. Beginning from the 33. And Antoine Wells can be brought down to the 35 with 1 second to play in the half. So this would be the score for halftime, most likely. Be like, it's been busy for everyone. I know he's also doing he also joined a college football sim league, which he's been telling me about. Seems cool. Yeah, they're just gonna kneel this one to halftime. Birmingham gets ball to begin the second half. And we're at halftime. Been a very defensive game so far in this one. We'll see if the second half can bring a bit more offense into things. All right. Yeah, I'm in the same way. I'm excited for when DFB 27 comes out. We should be getting news on it by the end of the month. In the next like week or so, we should be getting some information, which I'm excited for. I'm probably gonna. I'm in the middle of a New Mexico dynasty in the middle of a season for it. I'm gonna probably wrap up that season over the next few weeks, and then that'll probably be my sign off for 26. And then when 27 rolls around, I'll start another one with. I've done the CUSA team. I've done now Mountain West team. I'm very tempted just to do one of the new teams that can be added, like NDSU or forget the other one. We'll see. Yeah, there's a ton. Yeah, I kind of there was a period of time where I kind of just stopped playing 26 for a while, just because like I didn't the glitches and kind of just the overall feel of the game kind of got repetitive to me. But I've since picked it back up, and I'm like, yeah, you know what, I'm cool to do one more season. I also finally won the national championship again after a few years. Yeah. I know like the online stuff has a bit more issues compared to just standard offline modes and stuff, so hopefully those get fixed. But I've always been more so just a simple dynasty player. Because there's two teams that were announced to be making the jump to the FBS level this year. I know North Dakota State's one. Is it just North Dakota State and South Dakota State? No, it was North Dakota State and Sacramento State. So I'm gonna be tempted to use one of them. Probably Sacramento State since you're joining the MAC. That would be fun. I would also imagine like the first reveal trailer proper for CFB 27 will feature those two teams. It is crazy just how I want to say fast, but just how consistent team like not relegation, but like promotions for teams have been. Yeah, and that's fair. I've always been more so a fan of like of rebuilding a school and a program and making them like making them making them a dynasty. It's always been fun to me. Even like the Maddens as well. Even though I don't play the newer Maddens or Madden in general as much anymore. That's always been my mindset. All right, at the half. All right, at halftime, they're doing a spotlight on Dorian Thompson-Robinson. At halftime. Columbus's first shutout in the first half this season is a 3-0 lead. Yeah, it's been one of those games. It has been one of those games. I do love this. I do love the spotlights the league's been doing for halftime for these players. Panthers are expected to let Bryce Young play out the final year of his contract. Makes sense. Yep, at commercial break for the halftime. Alright, at halftime. Some of these commercials or something. All right, one more halftime segment here before we get to the second half. Birmingham gets ball to begin the second half. Shutout in the first half. Not been a great game offensively. Offensively, though, for either side has been the case. Yep, at halftime. Yeah, Dallas lost their 5th straight game on Friday night. That was a tough one for them. Back then, and then the Kings with a nice win. DC came so close to tying that up. Sanders had a wide open receiver in the back of the end zone, but missed him. Yeah, I didn't realize how little Houston actually did in that second half. The defense locked in, though. All right, one more commercial break, and then we get to the second half action. All right. At commercial break. At commercial break. Yeah. I know tonight there's game 7 for Pistons and Cavs. That should be something. Don't really have a lot of expectations. I'm more so just waiting for the next round to begin. Oh, tomorrow is Spurs Thunder game 1. Hell yeah. Didn't the Spurs sweep the regular season series against the Thunder? That should be a fun series. No, they didn't, but they definitely did. They won 4 games against them in regular season. They went 4-1 against them. And then no NHL tonight. Tomorrow is game 7 between Montreal and Buffalo in the NHL. Okay. Hey, Carolina's gonna have a long break in between things. All right. All right, just getting back from commercial break. The second half is underway here soon. Birmingham gets ball to begin the second half, down by 3 after being shut out in the first half. It has been one of those games for these offenses. All right. Columbus set to send this one away. Lowest scoring first half this season. Yeah, obviously. Columbus has more total yards in this one, barely over 100 at 103. It has been defense, defense, defense. All right, Columbus lining up. Teams are lined up. Birmingham set to return. And the second half from Birmingham is underway. Kickoff going to be returned beginning from roughly the 5. Space out past the 15, past the 20, 25, past the 30, past the 35, and tripped up right around the 36. It's Dion Kane on the return, and he had a green grass ahead of him if he doesn't get tripped up there. He had a breakaway potential. Oh, if that block gets laid out there by Barber. All right, so 1st and 10 Stallions, ball on their own 36. DTR in shotgun, back to his right, 2 receivers to each side. Going to look to throw. Pass over the middle, going to be caught by Connor with some space to about the 46. Will be enough for the first. Gain of 10 exactly. All right. So DTR and shotgun back to his right. Gonna hand this off for Connor going left, and that's gonna be a loss of about a yard. Maybe if the spot is generous, he'll give him the first. They'll give him the line of scrimmage, but nonetheless, nothing going on there. All right, DTR and shotgun back to his right. 2 receivers to each side. A second and roughly 11. Going to look to throw. With some time, pass left side. It's there, but it's off the mark and incomplete. Had an open day with Davis. Do it a bit too far down the field. A third and 10.5, 11 coming up. And that's a tough miss. That's a tough miss. So DTR and shotgun back to his right. 2 receivers to each side. A third and roughly 10.5. Going to look to throw. Pressure comes quick and he's sacked. Back near the 33. This Columbus defensive front continuing to make things tough for this Birmingham offense. This Jacoby Winmund on the sack. And it's what started off initially looking pretty good for the drive. A 1-play first down. Stalls out right around midfield. They'll punt this one away. And that punt's nearly blocked. Going to be bouncing inside the 20. And will be downed inside the 10. It ends up being a great punt. Rolling inside the 5 and finally down around the 4. And nearly blocked and ended up being a fantastic punt for Colby Wadman. It'll be first and 10 for Columbus at their own 4-yard line. To watch the Saints next year. The Saints are going to be a pretty solid team next year. I think they're going to be a solid team. So at commercial break. Top 20, yeah, maybe 16. I don't know. I think there'll be a solid. They're going to be competing for that division for sure. They're going to be in a great spot. Well, they're underrating them because of that division as a whole. Remember, the Carolina Panthers won that division last year with an 8-9 record. The NFC South the NFC South does not have a good reputation. So yeah, they're gonna underrate them a bit for now. But as the season goes on and as we get closer and we see a bit more from them in training camp and in the preseason, by the start of the season, they're probably gonna be a top 20 team on power ranking. That seems like a fun idea. Picking the Saints for this season, it can easily come back to bite you, but again, if they live up to what I expect from them, it should be an interesting year. Yeah. Just getting back from commercial break. Columbus 1st and 10 at back of their own 4-yard line. After a beautiful punt, to see what Columbus can do with very little wiggle room. Oh shit, Trent Richardson's at the game? Okay, sure. He could have used the UFL back when he played. He did not find a home in the NFL easily. Or at all, really. McLennan in shotgun back to his left, 3 receiving options to the right. Handoff up the middle, going to be stuffed at the line for no gain for John Lovett. Yeah, that's cool. So 2nd and 9 coming up. McLennan in shotgun back to his left. More so like 9.5. Going to look to throw. With some time, pass over the middle is caught for the first. A gain of about 9 there for Tay Martin on the grab. Get them a little bit of breathing room. So 1st and 10. In shotgun, back to his left. 3 receiving options to the right. Ball on their own 14-yard line. Looking to throw once again. A pump fake pass left side. Going to be off the mark and incomplete. Looking for John Lovett. 2nd and 10 coming up. Yeah, I mean, 10 for 13, 82 yards. It's not terrible. You would like that yard mark, the yard count to be a bit more, but oh well. So in shotgun, back to his left, 3 receiving options to the right. 2nd and 10. Gonna hand this off up the middle, and that's going to be stuffed at the line. Maybe a second effort push will get him a yard, but nothing else to work with. It'll be a 3rd and roughly 9 coming up. So 3rd and 9 coming up. Yeah, the offenses are not doing a whole lot. McLennan in shotgun back to his left, looking to throw. Pressure coming and sacked. Back near the 13-yard line. All right. So the drive stalls out. They'll punt this one away, and it's going to come down to whatever defense makes a mistake first. That's what it will come down to. Because, yeah, like, Columbus's offense is just not pushing it down the field. They're living in that 10 yards and in range, it seems. Which, again, when you have the ground game working as it is, it's fine because you have play action to work with and you have more room for one after the catch. But when the run game is not a question, not a factor in it, it's not going to work too great. Punt comes off clean, returned up to about the 45. 9-10 to play in the 3rd. First one, yeah, it might be first one to 7 or first one to 6, really. It's just it's tough. With that commercial break. At commercial break. About 9 minutes to play in the third quarter in what has been a good defensive showcase, but that's just about it. These Dairy Queen commercials for the new blizzards and stuff. I need to try it at some point. All right, just getting back from commercial break. And yeah. Some of these commercials have been more entertaining than the game itself at this point. Even as someone that likes a good defensive game, like this has been something else. DTR and shotgun back to his left, going to look to throw on 1st and 10. Quick pass left side is low, going to be caught to roughly the 49-yard line, a gain of 3. So 2nd and 7 coming up. That was Justin Ross seemingly on the grab. DTR and shotgun, 3 receivers to the right, 2 to the left. Man in motion, right to left. Now back to right, 2nd and 7, going to look to throw. Pass right side will be caught, going to be past the 1st down marker, and going to be brought down roughly at the Columbus 41-yard line. Jaden Mickens on the grab, and finally a team has passed midfield for this second half. It's still the breakfast blizzards, the Fruity Pebbles, and then they have the Cinnamon Toast Crunch cones things. It looked good. I was just haven't really eaten a lot today already. I woke up like 3 hours before game started and had a quick bite, but besides that, I'm hungry. In shotgun, back to his right, 3 receivers to the left, going to look to throw on 1st and 10. Pass right side will be caught by Justin Ross. He fights his way inside the 30 to be brought down at the 29. The Stallions are moving now. It's 1st and 10. So DTR in shotgun, back to his left. 3 receivers to the left as well. Man in motion, left to right, back to left. Going to keep it himself left side and will fall down back at the line of scrimmage for no gain. Well, it's just like standard vanilla blizzard, I think, with just Fruity Pebbles mixed in. It's not actually a breakfast anything. It's just sounds good. So 2nd and 10. In shotgun, back behind him, going to play action and look to throw. DTR with some time. Looking to throw it back towards the left. A deep shot for the end zone. Wide open. It's Jordan Thomas. And the Stallions have points. Finally. Dorian Thompson Robinson, a Wide open strike for Jordan Thomas on the throwback pass. And the Stallions have the lead. It took this game long enough. Yeah, he just sneaks past on that left side. They completely lose him. A beaut. About time the offense strikes for one of these teams. Extra point is up and it's right down the middle. Finally, more points on the board. And we head to commercial break. Yeah, I was expecting him to step out of bounds before he caught that. Yeah, it was not the cleanest way of catching it, but hey, it worked. We have points now. At commercial break. It's like fire there. The offense is taking this long to find the end zone has been kind of surprising. Like I know the defenses have been okay this year, but not to this. It's more so just the offense is not playing great. Yep, at commercial break. Just getting back from commercial break after the Dorian Thompson Robinson touchdown pass. It took this game long enough for a team to find the end zone. And that was it again. With how the offenses have been playing, that very well might be the difference maker. All right. Birmingham set to send this one down. 6:35 to play in the third quarter. Kickoff underway. Going to be returned beginning from the 2. Space out past the 15, past the 20, 25, past the 30, and stumbling his way to about the 32. And there's some pushing and shoving going afterwards as well. Getting feisty between these two, who have to play each other again next week. All right, at waiting the start of the drive. All right. 1st and 10 for Columbus. .628 to play in the 3rd. McLennan in shotgun back to his left. 2 receiving options to each side. Handoff going right for Zaquandre White. Going to stumble forward for a gain of a yard or so. Not much else to work with. 6:15 to play in the 3rd. Time will continue to roll. Second and 9 coming up. In shotgun. Players all around him. Going to hand this off up the middle. And that's going to be stuffed for a loss of about 2 or so. Yeah. It's not the first back-to-back we've seen with scheduling. DC and Louisville just finished their back-to-back this week. Orlando and Louisville had a back-to-back in weeks 2 and 3. And then DC and Orlando play a back-to-back in the final 2 weeks. Columbus has also played multiple back-to-backs. They had a back-to-back against Dallas in weeks 3 and 4, and then back-to-backs against Houston in 5 and 6. So McLennan in shotgun, looking to throw in 3rd and 11. Pressure coming, and he's going to be brought down, maybe gets the ball out in time. Incomplete nonetheless. Nonetheless, it's a 3 and out for Columbus. I'm shocked that it's not roughing the passer somehow. Yeah, that is hitting high there. Yeah, that's a dangerous one. This Birmingham defense, man. So 4th and 11. 4th and 11. Punt comes off clean. Going to be returned beginning from the 15, out past the 20, and gonna get to about the 25 before being brought down. All right. Why the? I was okay. That might be the most entertaining thing of this. Why the hell did they play Not Like Us heading into commercial break? was not expecting that. Sure, Fox. Why not? Sure. I love it. All right, at commercial break before the next Stallion drive. All right. At commercial break. All right, 4:19 to play in the third. Just getting back from commercial break. All right. Let's see what this drive can do. Trying to extend this lead. Honestly, if the Stallions make this a 2-score game, it's going to be tough for Columbus to come back in this. In shotgun, back to his left. 3 receivers to the right for Dorian Thompson-Robinson. Going to look to throw. Has some time. A deep shot over the middle. Going to be overthrown, incomplete. Looking for Dawood Davis. Had a bit of a step. If that was on target, could have been a big time play. So at their own, was that 26-yard line? 2nd and 10? Yeah, at their own 26. Dorian Thompson-Robinson in shotgun, back to his left. 2 receivers to each side. Man in motion, left to right. Going to look to throw once again. With some time, rolling left, trying to buy some more. Stumbling backwards now and just chucks this one deep left side, throwing it away incomplete. A dangerous play there for Dorian Thompson-Robinson if he couldn't get that ball off in time. Luckily, he was able to. It'll be 3rd and 10 coming up. So in shotgun, back to his left. 2 receivers to each side, looking to throw in 3rd and 10. Pressure coming, pass left side, a little bit too far outside, incomplete. Stallions go 3 and out. More of the same in this one. You have the occasional decent drive, but for the most part, it's been nothing but the defense is showing up. So 4th and 10. That's a... Okay, no delay of game apparently. Punt comes off clean. And it's another deep punt here for Birmingham. Going to be returned beginning from about the 4, spaced out past the 15 and brought down near the 18. Fantastic punt there for Birmingham once again. He's been having a fantastic game. All right. And we head to a commercial break with 2:40 to play in the third. Yeah. Someone is doing well in this game. So it's just, man, for all of that, for all of what the first 3 games of this week gave us, for this one to be like this is kind of a disappointment, but what you gonna do? All right, at commercial break. So at commercial break. Just getting back from commercial break. See if Columbus's offense can finally do something else in this one. And McLennan in shotgun, back to his right. 3 receivers to the left. Motion in the back now to his left. Ball on their own 17. McLennan keeps it himself up the middle on the read option. Gets it past the 20 and down to about the 23. It's something. Something to start the drive. Better than what they have been so far. So 2nd and 5. McLennan in shotgun. 3 receiving options to the right. A back to his left. Ball on their own 22. Gonna hand this off up the middle for Toatawa, and that's gonna be a gain of only by the yard. Alright, cool. So 3rd and 4. McLennan in shotgun, back to his left. 3 receivers to the right. Going to look to throw. Pressure coming, sidestepping left, passing left. Caught by Quandre White. He fights forward for the first down. Gets to about the 28. Yeah, Columbus is not pushing the ball down the field at all in this game. They're living in the 10 yards and under stuff. And if they're gonna come back and they're gonna do something offensively, they're gonna have to eventually push the ball down the field. Even if it's just a desperation heave, you need to be pushing the ball down the field at some point. McLennan to throw once again. Use a halfback screen to the right for Saquandre White, and the extra effort going to get him to about the 30, maybe a gain of 2. Screens, short passes, runs. It's just nothing else. All right. Columbus can let this clock run down to the end of the 3rd quarter if they so choose. It's a 2nd and 7 coming up. They're getting nothing down the field. They're not even attempting to push it down the field. And they're gonna let this clock run. 15 minutes remain in the defensive slugfest from Birmingham, Alabama. 4-point game. Columbus has the ball for 2nd and 7 coming up. Looking to try and retake the lead. The Stallions looking to reclaim that final playoff spot entering the final 2 weeks of the season. Heard. So at commercial break for the end of the 3rd. At commercial break. Should be coming out of it here soon. It's been 7-3 game is something entering the fourth. Can't say I expected this. All right. So at commercial break still. Yeah. At this point, I see this being the final. Maybe we see Birmingham extend the lead a bit, but I don't know. It's gonna be something. You know, I'm gonna need, because with it being a 4-point game, a field goal would be able to tie it if it's from long enough. Jonah Dalmas, what is his career long at Boise State? As we're just getting back from commercial break. Season 56. 56 seems to be his career long. So 4-point field goal doesn't seem to be on the table for the Aviators. They won't ever put 4-point field goals in the NFL. The kickers are too good in the NFL to be able to for 4-point field goals. The reason why it works in the UFL is because not every kicker can even attempt a 60-yard field goal. You have those select few that can, and thus it makes it that much more valuable. But in the NFL, there's too many guys that can just hit from 60. It would dumb down the impactfulness of it. In shotgun, going to hand this off up the middle for John Lovett. In the first play of the fourth quarter, going to be a gain of 2. Last 10-plus yard play for Columbus in this one was with 4:15 left in the first. Columbus has not had a play go for 10-plus yards in over 2 quarters. Crazy. Yeah, so I just don't see it coming to the NFL anytime soon. McLennan to throw. Pass right side will be caught by Antoine Wells. Breaks off one tackler, going to find some space to about the 45 and down to about the 47. There's a 10-plus yard play, finally. Took him long enough. It's a first down pickup for Columbus. It's still, though, initially just a short pass. They're not pushing the ball down the field. Even though this team has the weapons to go down the field, they're just not. Yeah, it's a score. It's been a defensive game, to say the least. McLennan in shotgun back to his left. 2 receiving options to each side. Ball on their own 47. Going to hand this off up the middle, and that's stuffed at the line for no gain. Absolutely nowhere. So 2nd and 10 coming up. McLennan in shotgun back to his right. Three receiving options to the left. Going to look to throw. Pass left side, going to be caught past midfield to about the Birmingham 47. So a third and relatively short coming up. A third and 4 coming up. Third and 4. McLennan in shotgun, going to shovel past this one forward. What was that play design? They faked a touch pass going right, only to do a further touch pass going left to the tight end. What that is getting too fancy and creative when you're down by 4 and having an offense that can barely move the ball that can barely move the ball at all. There's no need to try something like that at this point. I get wanting to be creative and get a little tricky with it to try and get something going, but at least make it make sense. 4th and 5, they have to go for it. McLennan in shotgun back to his right. A handoff up the middle for Toa, and he fights his way for the first somehow. Sure, man, whatever. 1st and 10 coming up. All right. McLennan in shotgun back to his left. 1st and 10 coming up. 3 receivers to the right, looking to throw. Pressure coming, step into his left, looking to throw. Finally, a deeper shot down the field, and it's incomplete. Looking for Kiki Chisholm. Finally, they throw one deeper down the field, only for it to be slightly overthrown. So 2nd and 10 coming up. McLennan under center, back and fullback behind him. Play action looking to throw with some time. McLennan rolling right. Still looking, gonna take it himself. Gonna slip and be brought down right around the 35. A gain of about 8. 3rd and roughly 2 coming up. 9:50 to play in the game. All right. Third and roughly 2. I was saying the 3rd and 4. Yeah, marked him out into 36. McLennan in shotgun back to his right. 3 receivers to the left. They get the snap off in time as he looks to throw. Pressure coming, rolling right, tries to take it himself, and going to be brought down behind the line for a loss of a yard. Sure. Fourth and roughly 5, and out comes Jonah Dalmas. Signed earlier this week. Has a career long at Boise State of 56 yards. This is from 55 yards out and the right hash to make it a 1-point game. Kick is blocked. Birmingham blocks it. They have it. Being returned past the 40, the 30, still going past the 20, cuts inside, on his feet, it's returned for 6. The Birmingham Stallions and Stephen Gilmore on the blocked field goal extend their lead to 10. That will certainly do it. The Birmingham Stallions, all of a sudden in the second half, have made this game somewhat interesting. With 8:18 to play, it's now a 2-possession lead for Birmingham. Stephen Gilmore, he blocked it and also returned it. Gunnar Oakes nearly had a chance, but Stephen Gilmore might have just called game. All right. The extra point to make it an 11-point lead. It is up and it's right down the middle. Yeah. Next week's going to be very interesting. So add commercial break off of it. So add commercial break. Add commercial break. I mean, the second half of this has led to some energy being here, but man, it's still. So this has been one of those type of games. Also, Columbus beginning the ball here. Once we get back from commercial break. So add commercial break. Yeah, it's been a classic defense game. The second half has made it a bit more interesting with 14 unanswered being scored by the Stallions, but still, Columbus's offense has been a bore to watch. All right. Yeah, and it is damn hot out there. It's hot. It's hot down here in South Florida as well. So the heat does something, but Columbus's mindset seemingly was to try and tire out the Stallions' defense, and just have not been able to do that. Kick returned up past the 40, 45, and out of bounds right around midfield at the 49. A great return for Columbus as they try to claw their way back into this one. Yeah, that's weather though. I know. In South Florida, we just got a massive rain shower earlier today, and that the humidity is now off the charts. So going outside is not a fun idea. Columbus has ran what was that? 17 more plays than the Stallions have. McLennan alone in shotgun, looking to throw in 1st and 10. Pass over the middle is off the market, incomplete. They're looking for the Gunner Oaks check down option. Yeah, this has been something. So 2nd and 10. McLennan in shotgun, back to his left, gonna look to throw. With some time, pass left side, it's caught for the 1st and more. Inside the 35 and down to about the 32 or 33. K. Martin on the grab. Columbus is slowly starting to push the ball down the field a bit more, but it might be too little too late. 7.5 to play in this one. Ball on the Birmingham 33. McLennan in shotgun, back to his left. 3 receivers to the right, looking to throw. Has some time, stepping up. Pass deep, left side. Had the man open, but it's incomplete. K. Martin was wide open there. Gonna be 2nd and 10 coming up. So 2nd and 10. McLennan in shotgun, back to his left. 3 receivers to the right, gonna look to throw in 2nd and 10. Dump off over the middle, gonna be caught inside the 30 and down to the 29 for K. Martin. So 3rd and roughly 6. McLennan in shotgun, back to his right. 3 receiving options to the left. There's about 6 minutes to play in this one. McLennan looking to throw. Has some time. Dump off left side. Going to be caught and brought down short of the line to gain. It's a gain of only about 4. It's Cam McDonald on the reception. It'll be a 4th and 2. And a decision to make here for Columbus with just under 5:45 to play in the game. We're getting to desperation territory now. So 4th and 2. It's very vanilla, and it sucks to watch at times. And when they try to go fancy with it, it doesn't work. Columbus will burn their first timeout here, as they were not going to get the snap off in time. It's 4th and 2 coming up. Having to burn a timeout there is not great. So 4th and 2 coming up. So 4th and 2. $5:18 to play. I mean, I wouldn't say it necessarily all comes down to this, but it pretty much feels like it. McLennan in shotgun, back to his left. 3 receiving options to the right. Ball on the Birmingham 25. They need the 23. McLennan, handoff up the middle. It's a loss of 1. That's your 4th down play call? It's just a handoff up the middle. Yeah, this Birmingham front seven has been fantastic in this game. Which is why it makes even less sense to just do a handoff up the middle and 4th and 2. Like, go outside with it. That even if it's not even if it's a handoff, going outside and get your guy the ball in space is better than a delayed handoff up the middle. I would have preferred more so a bootleg of some kind and get McLennan in space. But jeez. Yeah, I would not be surprised if a new OC's in their future. It's just they live and die by the ground game, and they're not trying to adapt. But at commercial break, at commercial break. I mean, Birmingham could just kill the rest of this clock here if they play it right. They can kill a ton of time here. Just getting back from commercial break. And here's a replay of that 4th and 2 play call, which, again, I just don't get. Even if Jaden PV does not break into the backfield like he did, there is a linebacker standing directly in the hole, just waiting for Zaquandre White. It was never going to work. Yeah, but again, even if PV gets blocked there, that play was never going to work. There was a linebacker directly in the hole. I don't get that play call. DTR and shotgun back to his left. Handoff up the middle, going to be a gain of about 2. Yeah, because it's the obvious play call. That's what Columbus wants to do on short yardage. They want to hand it off up the middle. That's why if they would have gone outside, you probably have a chance at beating them. Stallion linemen slow to get up after the play as well. That's just tough. So 2nd and 7. Yeah, it's frustrating. DTR and shotgun back to his right. 2 receiving options to each side. Gonna hand this off up the middle. And there's space for Snoop Connor to get to about the 35, maybe the 36, will depend on the spot. May mark him a 30 inches either way. So 3rd and 1. DTR and shotgun back to his left. Handoff up the middle. Going to be enough for the first to get a gain of 2. 4 minutes and counting to play in this one. All right. So 1st and 10. Clock continuing to roll. DTR and shotgun back to his right. 3 receiving options to the left. Get the snap off in time. They hand this off up the middle. And there's space for Tyron Davis-Price to get past the 40 to the 41. Clock still rolls. This shit talking here for Dorian Thompson-Robinson has been great. In shotgun, back to his left. 2 receiving options to each side. Gonna hand this off up the middle. And that's gonna be a gain of about a yard. And the clock still rolls. That could get us to the 2-minute warning. All right, Columbus now calls their 2nd timeout. They have 1 more. So another 1st down or 2. And the Stallions can kill the rest of this clock. Yeah, Columbus is not technically eliminated from playoffs, but they're going to need pretty much everyone in front of them to just lose a ton. Because they have tiebreakers over Dallas and Houston, I believe. Columbus, yeah. With a win from anyone in front of Columbus, they will be eliminated. Basically. So 3rd and 5, 2:31 to play in the game. They added a few seconds back onto the clock. So 3rd and 5. DTR under center. Play action looking to throw. Has some time. Pressure coming. Rolling right. Passing right. Going to be caught. It's only a gain of 3 up to the 45-yard line. So the clock will still run. And that gets us to the 2-minute warning. 2 minutes to play in this one. Birmingham leads by 11 in what's been a defensive slugfest between the two. Stallions looking to get back into that final playoff spot entering week 9. Columbus looking to make their playoff hopes a bit easier. We need a miracle to come back, but you never know. No, that was DC's 3rd loss on the season. Yeah, that was their third loss on the season yesterday. Including it was 1 to St. Louis and it was 2 to Louisville. So you're in a weird spot. Alright, add commercial break still for the 2-minute warning. Alright, just getting back from commercial break. See if Birmingham can close this one out. Colby Wadman on to send this one down. He has had a fantastic game already up to this point. Looking to pin Columbus deep and make it tougher for them to complete the comeback. And there's going to be a penalty markers before the snap. False start against the Stallions. All right. So 4th and 7. Colby Wadman on to send this one down. Punt comes off clean. Going to be returned beginning from the 25. Space out past the 30 to 40. A big hit at the 45. And he's down at the 46. All right, pretty solid return for Columbus. They're still in this. I am going to. I have dinner plans. I'm probably gonna have a quick snack. But yeah, I am definitely getting to the point of probably instantly as soon as the game ends, gonna go get some food. I am hungry. This game has not helped with the trying to keep that off my mind. McLennan in shotgun, back to his left. 2 receiving options to each side. Looking to throw in 1st and 10. Ball is tipped at the line and incomplete. All right. So 2nd and 10 coming up. A minute 47 to play in this. McLennan in shotgun, back to his left. 3 receiving options to the left as well. Going to look to throw once again. Dump off left side, caught by Kiki Chisholm. Fights his way to about the 49s. Gain of 4. All right. So 3rd and 7, they go quick. McLennan looking to throw. Pass right side, going to be just off the mark and incomplete for an open Antoine Wells. Had the keyhole shot deep down the field. And now it's 4th and 7. The game comes down to this. So 4th and 7. McLennan in shotgun, looking to throw for the game. Pass is hit. He's hit at the line and it's intercepted. Return past midfield and brought down at the 49. The second interception of the game for this Birmingham defense. And that's the cherry on top in this one. The Stallions win their 3rd straight. 3 of their last 4 since Dorian Thompson-Robinson arrived in Birmingham. And they sit in that final playoff spot, tied with the Louisville Kings, entering week 9 of the UFL. These two teams will see each other once again next week, this time in Columbus. So we'll see if the change of scenery will make things lead to a different outcome for the Aviators. But they did not look good in this game at all. They played very rough all around. It was just not a good game. But there's the Birmingham Stallion defense stepping up big as Dorian Thompson-Robinson will begin the process of kneeling this one out. Columbus won't call any timeouts, it seems. And the Birmingham Stallions stay alive. It's going to be a fun season down the stretch. There's the final kneel down. The Birmingham Stallions. The path is simple. Win out and you're in. For what was a very defensive game, we got through it. The Stallions, simple, win and in. They win out, they get to 6-4 on the season. They're in the playoffs despite the very rocky start. I appreciate everyone tuning in and sticking through for what was a very, very defensive game. I'm hungry. I'm gonna go get some food. Appreciate everyone tuning in. I'll see you all next time. Power rankings on Tuesday, predictions on Thursday, and we're back live on Friday. I'll see you all then. Have yourselves a damn good one. Peace.